So in previous video we discussed about interference, definition of interference, and the types of interference, that is constructive interference and destructive interference, then the conditions of sustained interference. And according to the coherent means we discussed about the coherent in earlier sustained interference. The meant by the coherent sources we are going to discuss now, that is coherent sources. Coherent sources means when the two waves are traveling in some same direction which is having that, then it must be phase difference either 0 or their phase difference either 0 means moving in this direction, this phase difference may be either 0. The phase difference may be either 0 or do not change with the time, means they must be at a constant. That type of waves is called coherent waves. Light waves whose phase difference either 0 or do not change with time, means constant waves, are called coherent waves. That coherent waves produced by the sources are called coherent sources. The coherent waves produced by the sources which are called coherent sources. For example, laser. Laser is having the monochromatic unidirection, monochromatic light, and it is a unidirection is having the more intensity. Whenever it is traveling in the direction, it is having continuous waves will be produced from the source. Continuous waves are produced from the source which is having the same amplitude and intensity also more, it is having unidirection. Like that means its phase difference will be 0 or which is having that constant phase difference. So that's why coherent sources means for example we can say that it's a laser be the example for the coherent source. The next one is incoherent sources. Incoherent sources means which is opposite to the coherent sources, means in the coherent sources the phase difference is constant either 0. In this case of incoherent sources, the phase difference will change with the time randomly. If the waves are emitted from the sources do not have the constant phase difference is called incoherent source, means their phase difference will be changes. Their phase difference changes with the time. So that's why they can produce that uniform illumination. Due to the change of its phase difference, the uniform illumination can be produced by it, and they do not produce the sustained interference. Because of when it has to produce the sustained interference, the sources, light waves must be stable, and as well as they have to well defined. They do not strain the eye. In case of the incoherent sources, eye can be strained. If we are, for example, sun, if we see the sunlight continuously for a small time, also eyes can be strained. And also whenever the candlelight, the eyes can be strained. We can see the mark whenever like this. If we do the like this, we can be strained. We can see the marks. And as well as glowing metal filaments also that can be produced incoherent sources. The eye can be strained. So that's why they cannot produce sustained interference, only produce the uniform illumination. Uniform illumination in that case. This is about coherent and incoherent sources. Due to that one, whenever the two waves are produced, either coherent or incoherent, two waves are produced which is having that same amplitude, frequency, which is having the phase difference pi, means consider two waves. This is the qualitative analysis or qualitative equation for an interference, the mathematical derivation for the interference, intensity of the waves. Then we consider two waves of same amplitude A and frequency n, and phase difference is constant. The phase difference is a constant, that is pi. Then the equations are, then the waves are y1 is equal to a sin omega t, and the same next one equation is y2 is equal to a sin of omega t plus pi, with the equation. from the principle of superposition, after traveling whenever there two waves are superimposed on one another, interference, then from principle of superimposition, then we can get that y, the resultant wave can be formed, that is y is equal to y1 plus y2. From this equation we are substituting this two, y1 and y2. Then a is common in this two, so that's why we are taking outside. Then a of sin omega t plus pi. These are having that like this, sin omega t plus sin of omega t plus pi. Sin of omega t plus pi is as like a sin of a plus b. The mathematical formula sin of a plus b, which is equal to sin of a plus b, which is equal to sin a cos b plus cos a sin b. This is the mathematical formula. According to this mathematical formula, we are going to write that, expand that this term. We are going to expanding. Then we can get y is equal to a of sin omega t plus. We are expanding this equation, sin a plus b like. So sin in the case of a is omega t cos pi plus cos omega t sin pi. This is the expansion of equation, sin a plus b. So sin a means sin omega t, sin a cos b means cos pi plus cos a means omega t, cos omega t plus sin b sin pi. So we are expanding, the sin omega t term is as same in this case, so that's why we are also taking outside in this two term, from the two terms y is equal to a of sin omega t taken outside from these two terms. So sin omega t is common, so that's why we can get that 1 plus cos pi plus cos omega t sin pi, we will get this equation. But we know that 1 plus cos pi is equal to 2 cos square pi by 2, and as well as the sin pi is equal to, means 1 plus cos pi is equal to, from the mathematical formulas, 2 cos square pi by 2, as well as sin pi is equal to, the equation sin pi is equal to 2 sin pi by 2 cos pi by 2. 2 sin pi by 2 cos pi by 2. That is the mathematical formulas we are going to apply in the equation. 1 plus cos pi is equal to 2 cos square pi by 2, and sin pi is equal to 2 sin pi by 2 cos pi by 2. Now we are applying these equations in the above formula. These formulas are applying in the above equation. Y is equal to a of sin omega t 2 cos square pi by 2 plus cos omega t 2 sin pi by 2 cos pi by 2. This is the equations we applied. 1 plus cos pi is equal to, we have the formula 2 cos square pi by 2 from the mathematical formula, and sin pi is equal to 2 sin pi by 2 cos pi by 2 is there. So by applying that formulas in the equation, above equation, then we can get y is equal to a of sin omega t plus instead of 1 plus cos pi, we are applying 2 cos square pi by 2 plus and cos omega t, as well as cos omega t wrote that. Then sin pi is equal to, we have that 2 sin pi by 2 cos pi by 2, that is we applied in the equation, that is applied. So in that case of t, so y is equal to, here is that the cos square cos pi by 2, and here is also cos pi by 2 is there, and 2 is the same in the both terms. So I am taking outside that one, 2a cos pi by 2. 2 cos pi by 2 taken outside into a, 2a cos pi by 2 taken, then sin omega t. Here 1 cos pi by 2 remains, so that's why cos pi by 2 plus here cos omega t. 2 cos pi by 2 has taken outside, so that's why sin pi by 2 remains, sin pi by 2. It will like if we compare this equation with this formula, sin a cos b plus cos a sin b, cos a sin b, like that. So we are applying into this into sin a plus b. So from that equation y is equal to 2a cos pi by 2 of sin of omega t plus pi by 2 be the equation. For the equation means the resultant amplitude, the resultant wave equation is y is equal to r sin of omega t plus alpha. Here the omega t plus alpha be the r be the amplitude for resultant wave and alpha be the phase difference between the resultant wave for this. So this we are comparing this equation, then we can get the amplitude, resultant amplitude r is equal to 2a cos pi by 2, 2a cos pi by 2, and phase is pi, alpha is equal to pi by 2, alpha is equal to pi by 2. That is the resultant equation, the resultant equation for the resultant wave equation for this. Whenever the superimpose on one another, then we can get that formula. From that the resultant amplitude will be r is equal to 2a cos pi by 2, and this is the resultant wave amplitude, and this is the phase difference. Then from that, but we know that the intensity of a individual wave, intensity of whatever the light wave, first of all we should take that, first of all either individual or resultant, the intensity of a light wave is proportional to square of its amplitude, amplitude. So from that case we are writing that for individual wave, two waves is there we have. So for individual wave I naught is equal to k a square, because of each one is having that amplitude a, so that's why amplitude a considered. For resultant wave I is equal to k r square. R square means r is the equation for the resultant equation, that is r is the resultant amplitude. So that's why we are applying this r is equal to 2a cos pi by 2 in the equation. Then we can get that I is equal to k of square is there 2a cos pi by 2 whole square. That means I is equal to k 4a square cos square pi by 2, In this case we can write that is equal to 4ka square cos square pi by 2, means 4ka square cos square pi by 2 we can write the equation. But we know that ka square for the individual wave, so that's why we can write that ka square is equal to I naught. From that equation